robust urban garlic flavor.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations are in order because the king is back. Yes, the king of the night stream is back to being a popular and favored entertainer. So all it took was him to fire up Doom on his PC or whatever gaming thing he has, and turns out Phil is still worthwhile in getting viral content because a clipper found his interesting decisions to play Doom, posted it, and it got over 5 million views. And a Doom player reposted it on his big channel, and that ballooned it. So now Phil is very popular. Now, what do you think Darkside Phil will do with all this newfound popularity? Yeah, that's right. He's gonna do absolutely nothing because he's insulated himself to not capitalize on the hype. Which is funny because DSP for years has been about amping up these day one releases and saying, I get the most money during that time. But it's not happening this time because Phil does not want to cash in on this moment because he does not take any opportunity well. Like the phrase, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. DSP will take those lemons and slam them into his eyes. So of course, after 5+ million people see it, which probably means like 2.5 because it's Twitter, he gets this amount of support on his live stream the next day. Yeah, Phil, you should be playing Doom again. Because people would see that. I suck at Doom. Doom Man goes viral. Hello? Earth to Philip. Chuck your stupid schedule and do something creative. But no, Phil has always maintained that he doesn't want to be Mr. Views. He wants to be the guy who has a very small audience that never grows and just leeches off that said audience. Because Phil really wants whales to sustain his business, like he just wants Only Iced Coffee to pay his mortgage. That's about it. He doesn't want to be a live streamer that has 4,000 current viewers. He doesn't want to grow, he just wants to stagnate. Because if you think about it, if he gets 150 each stream 12 times a week, that's 1,800 a week. That's about 90,000 a year. And Phil makes more than that. So for Phil, there's no incentive to edit his content, there's no incentive to make actual clips, there's no incentive to do any of that. His channel is dead in the algorithm except when he goes live. Still, there's so many things he could do to improve his channel's standing or create a new channel and let it grow. He could leave his live streams on. Now it's easier, you can edit out the other stuff, like you can edit out his intro, but he refuses to do that. He clips it into hour-long clips because for whatever reason he thinks there's a whale watching, or he thinks that 500 views will get him a whale. Like if you want new viewers, Phil, you gotta aim for like 5,000 to 10,000 people each video, which you're not even getting close to. Or he's probably just in this routine of doing that he's like, oh, I gotta upload 6 videos a day. And this is not 2008 YouTube, this is 2025 YouTube, and you don't do that. But Phil wants his 80,000 videos because he's like counting or something. Maybe he's gonna have a celebration when he hits 100,000 uploads. But if you just stack garbage on top of garbage, it's not going to work. So he's absolutely completely clueless about what to do when the trolls cause him to go viral. He can't take advantage of that opportunity because his intuitions for what to do on YouTube are completely opposed to growth. He's just thinking, well, they're just laughing at me and I'm not happy about that. But the thing is, Phil could use this laughter at him as an opportunity to increase his audience and actually have a growth mindset. But he won't do that because he refuses to make himself look like a joke, because he would have to laugh at himself. And this isn't the first time he's gone viral for like clips of him. There are 2 other times in Legend of Zelda when this happened, and one of them went viral on TikTok because he didn't know that metal conducted electricity.
So I can't even do this. Yes, I'm able to upgrade my stamina when I find a place to upgrade it. You're kidding me! Riding full speed, the lightning hones in on you and it hits you? You see, this isn't fun. I'm sorry. Randomly, a glue monster appears, takes all of your health. Oh, you don't have enough stamina to climb something standard at the beginning of the game. Oh, lightning just hones in on you and kills you. How is this a fun? It seems like they put stupid, annoying mechanics in the game that take away the fun factor. Like, why did they do that? How is that fun what just happened? And how did that add anything to the game? And what was the point? There was no point to it at all.
So yeah, Phil does not want to view himself as a poor video game player, but if he leaned into that, he'd probably make more money. Instead, he's just panhandling, as I will show you, for a guy that just got 5.5 million views, and he's like, nope, everybody else is just an idiot. That's literally what he said. He just used a meaner word that would probably get him demonetized on Twitch, because that's Philip for you. But he's like, everybody's wrong, I'm doing this right. And it's like, you have Doom players that are just calling him out. Like, I don't know anything about Doom. Like, I don't really care. But the thing is, what he's doing is like, I'm just going to sit in the corner and not be interesting. That's his gameplay 100% of the time. He refuses to engage with his audience. He refuses to make his gameplay entertaining, and it shows. And then he's sitting there wondering why people won't give him money. Because somebody else is doing it better out there, Phil. You have to be unique. Panhandling isn't enough.
That's a lot of balls. What are we doing with these balls?
Gonna scoop them?
Once again, I'm just supposed to magically know what we're doing, even though the game has absolutely no explanation for anything.
I see, I see.
I can't grab the platform.
Yeah.
Is it a pressure plate? Right? If I put all the balls in here, does it weigh it down enough that that opens the door? I mean, that's a lot of tedious work. Why would we do it that way? Right? What is the puzzle here? Why do we even need this thing?
Yeah.
For the record, I have no idea if this is what we're supposed to be doing. Is there even a point to this, like, besides weight? Right? I don't know. Huh? What? I didn't do anything. Clip that one, you. Wow, that was a really ingeniously thought out puzzle, wasn't it? That was one that I definitely needed to use all of my facilities and all of my IQ to figure this one out. The one that it literally solved itself.
So yeah, if you actually think Phil would get around to playing Doom, he'd have like thousands of viewers and the tips would be rolling in. Well, let's see what happens.
Guys, only about a half an hour left on tonight's stream. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know what happened. I'm really nervous. Support has been non-existent for the last hour. It has literally been, I'm not even kidding, over an hour since anyone supported the stream. I don't know why. Now listen.
He doesn't know why, but now he's going to give us all a reason. So what's it going to be? A, he's going to blame himself, or B, he's going to blame the game.
I get that the game is very action-centric. I can't really talk with you guys playing Doom, right?
No, you definitely can. You can just like pause the game. It's not hard. And you can provide commentary over the gameplay. You know, like you did all those years ago? Hiding in the corner and staring at the screen won't get you those tips that you really want.
But it's Doom. Like, that's how it's played. You have to be paying attention. You could die at any moment. So, I hope you guys understand.
Dude, if you don't interact with your audience, why are you even live streaming? Like, you just expect you to play the game and just get hundreds of dollars for it. That's not how it works. Aw, look at me. I hit OBS and went live. Ha ha ha, you should give me a ton of money right now. That's what you're acting like, Philip. It doesn't make any sense.
Why I have to be hyper-focused on this game in order to not die constantly. I hope that you guys are enjoying. I paid extra to play early, and I was hoping that you guys would like it. People are saying it's 15 hours long, but I don't believe them. Now that I've played more, I definitely think this is longer than 15 hours long.
Well, for you compared to the average streamer, you'd add like 5 to 10 hours because you're not good at games. But also, he's like, oh, I paid extra to play it early for you guys. Like, that's such a sneak bag right there. It doesn't matter when he plays the games. Because there's no FOMO here with Phil. Because he can play any game when he wants. He's so insulated that he doesn't need those day one views. Because he's only going to get 500 views regardless. I already showed you that.
But that's the thing. If we're only, this is like hour 6, hour 7. If we're only hour 6, 7 and people are bored of it already, I don't know what we're going to do then. You know? So...
I wonder what's so boring about a guy staring at a screen, playing video games, and not talking to you when he's live. I wonder. And he's not talking regardless. He's just blank. He's just intensely focusing. Phil, that's not what people come to live streams for. You're supposed to engage. You're supposed to entertain. You're doing neither. You're just thinking the game will play itself for you.
I mean, hopefully that's not the case, but I can't make you like the game. It is action-packed, action-centric, right?
And let me guess, Phil is terrible at action-packed, action-based centric games, or whatever he wants to call it. Action style.
And then Lenny Hondo did a $2 super sticker. So guys, we're at 83. But I gotta go within like 10, 15 minutes. I gotta get out of here.
I always wonder what Phil does after his streams. Because I can tell you, it's something very mundane. Because it's WWE Champions time!
I'm gonna get as far as I can. There's no way we can finish this stage tonight. But please, if we're getting a rallying now, please do it right now. Let's hit the goal. And get it counting towards our rewards here. We're so close to another one.
Give me $67 more tonight so I can eat fast food for you later. Also, we need to hit X amounts of goals at 150 each, so it's like hundreds of dollars. Have fun with that.
Thank you for chilling here tonight. I hope that you're enjoying the stream. If you are, please support it. Right now, we are at a meager $37 out of our 150 goal. So, pretty bad. Not gonna lie. We've got a few super chats. I think 1 or 2 very small tips. Nothing on Kick whatsoever. 0 subs. Can you guys on Kick even gift a sub right now? Because I don't even know if you can.
Imagine getting millions of views and you're back to the same old stick. It's like it didn't even happen. Because it has no weight with Phil. Because he's in his little bubble and he wants to stay that way. Like, Phil, you need to branch out. You're not good at games. Like, he uses games as a coping mechanism because he thinks his fans like it, but really it keeps him from talking to his viewers. Like, he'd make more money if he just sat there in his chair and talked to his fans. Instead, he has to play this nonsense goal game where he's trying to convince them to order him fast food. That's pretty much it. But it's been working so far. So, I guess maybe he does know something that we don't. But he's gonna get a ton of flack for it regardless. And now here's Philip giving you his take on the incident of May 12th, 2025.
Oh yeah, no, I saw the stupid tweet about me playing Doom that's completely out of context, and the idiots all liked it, and I already just destroyed them on Twitter and called them all the that they are. Someone took the one clip of me playing Doom last night where I went into a room, and the room is actually set up to be a booby trap. The room is full of explosive barrels. So if you charge in head first and you try to fight like you're supposed to normally, normally you're blowing everything apart, punching, kicking, ripping, and keeping the momentum. If you do that in the room, the barrels blow up and you die. So I went into the room and a barrel blew up and I went from full health and armor down to like 5 health. So then I had to run cowering into a corner, hiding behind cover, peeking out and sniping the enemies so I didn't hit any of the barrels. It's a literal booby trap. Someone clips that and puts it on the internet and acts like I'm bad at Doom. Oh, look how DSP plays Doom. And then some other creator, a dunce who doesn't know the context because, this is what dunces do on social media, reposts it and goes, oh, if you just play Doom like this, uninstall the game. It gets 2.2 million views.
And a creator who is not full of himself would have taken advantage of that to get more than 200 people on his live streams after 17 plus years of doing this. Just a thought.
You dumb who don't even know the context of the clip. I'm playing the game exactly as it's meant to be played. I'm using all the mechanics. I'm using all the weapons. I'm playing on mouse and keyboard, which allows me to react even better. I'm parrying. I'm actually enjoying the game quite a lot. Just because you took a clip out of context, you stupid idiots. Go yourselves. Okay.
That was a robust rage snort.
So anyway, yeah, what a dumb thing. Now, I don't need to talk about it anymore because it's a waste of everyone's time.
He's just so dismissive of this that he doesn't get it. Phil, you're supposed to entertain, and this was actually an opportunity, but you don't want to make fun of yourself because you're not that good at games. And it's not being about who's the best game player, it's about who's entertaining, who finds an audience that likes what they're doing. And instead you decide to panhandle because you find that easier. It's definitely not fair to your audience.
Completely false. All right.
Phil is just so not self-aware that it creates this atmosphere where there's a ton of people following him around to see what he's going to do next. And it's not like the flattery kind. It's kind of like, hey, look at this guy. And he doesn't get this. He does not understand this. And that's why he's sitting there panhandling to an audience of 200 people. And it's going to drop and drop and drop because people don't have the time for this. It's just not entertaining, engaging content. It's not positive and meaningful, as you would say. It's just him staring at a screen. Like, he didn't do this 9 years ago. Him being an interactive streamer turned him the opposite. He became less interactive, he became less engaging, he became less interesting. He's just a 40-year-old man that stares at the screen, and they are a dime a dozen. He's got to use these opportunities that he had to branch out. Like, he took that Kino money and he just fumbled it, because he's like, oh, I'm going to do 7 different shows, but none of them were interesting. Because Phil either never had it, which is probably the case, or he forgot how to be entertaining. He thought that the type of stuff he did in 2008 to 2010 was going to carry him forever, and that's not been the case. So his fallback option, you know, like his 6 passive pains that he went on about, like, oh, I have these choices, and it's basically just a whole bunch of nonsense to justify his e-bagging. He came to the conclusion, which is, you know, the one he already fabricated, was that he has to e-bag to survive on the internet, which is partially the case because he's pigeonholed himself. He's at the whims of the people that pay his bills, which is kind of odd, like thinking they have the power while Phil tries to convince them that he has the power. But if they shut the tab off, he would get very desperate. Because really, they get their kicks out of seeing Phil beg for their contributions. I'm sure of it. They wait until he freaks out and then they donate. So you can take that as it is, whatever way you want to interpret that. I'm sure a lot of people have very different opinions about what that means. But one thing is clear, DSP is never having a renaissance. Because he can't manage himself in a way that would put him back in the spotlight, in a way that would garner traffic to his streams. Because once he gets it, he won't up his game. He's still on level 1, and he'll stay on level 1 because that's where he's comfortable. He needs to be pushed out of his comfort zone to actually do something and take a risk. And as long as only Ice Coffee and the other whales are there, that won't happen. Because Phil is too comfortable where he is. He's making over 100k a year. And he has enough money to spend on champions and all his other vices. And that will keep him in this perpetual loop of redundancy. It's like a rut. And he's going to stay in it for as long as he wants because nobody is going to stop him. The only one who can prevent Phil from this is Phil. He has the power to turn off OBS, but he's like, I make good money from this. Why would I ever do that? And wherever that money comes from, that makes him content. Even though, like, conventional parts of streaming do not. Like, he hates video games nowadays. He doesn't want to play them anymore. He would rather sit there and whine. He just likes the dopamine effect of getting a donation, and that's the disconnect that he doesn't understand. That's why people find him boring. And if you tell him that, he'll ban you. Because that's Phil's bubble, that's his worldview, and it leads to his channel stagnating and getting less viewers year after year after year. We're in the last gasps of DSP Gaming. Now, he could be streaming for like 10, 15 more years, but he'll be streaming to like 3 people and he'll get like 50 viewers a video. Like, you've already seen it. One of his raw videos got 168 views. That's not a lot, Phil. You need to do something different. But you won't. And we're here for it.